What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Now, today you are viewing me in 4K. This is my first ever 4K video. Now I'm like, listen, I have definitely been doing makeup tutorials for almost a full year now, which is insane. And every video, and I'm talking about every video, I get a request, and over the years I've always gotten the questions like, hey, talk about your tattoos, do a video. I'm gonna be doing sections of my body per video because, girl, the volume is a lot. So for today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys from my neck all the way down to my stomach, right above my pubic area. Now, I know a lot of people thought I would never do this video. I don't know why. I think maybe, you know, because of all the drama that happened this summer and all the craziness, but you know, I would never disrespect Kat's art. I just want to put that out there. Now, even though we were friends for 10 years, you never know, you're going to literally wake up one morning and have your best friend backstab you in front of the entire world and online. So we met in 2007 all the way until, you know, literally 7 months ago, we knew each other. So that took up a huge chunk of my life, and I spent a lot of time bonding and being tattooed from her. So I just want to put it out there that no matter what happened, no matter what she did to me, no matter what, you know, played out, at the end of the day, I respect her artwork. I think that she is one of the best portrait tattooers in the entire world. Now, I am so proud to be covered by her work. She tattooed so many cool moments. You know, I'm not gonna dive into talking about all the tattoos just yet, but like, even, you know, I'm touching my neck and I'm like, that's my great grandmother who, you know, passed away while I was in high school, and she did this memorial piece. You know, I'm just like feeling my body, and I'm like, you know, we had so many close sentimental moments, and I will always respect her artwork. I think she is unreal at anything she does, whether it's makeup or oil painting or tattooing. She just kills at art and is such an unreal tattooer, and I am just blessed and honored to be covered by her work, and I will never be ashamed of that. No matter what happened, that will never take away those feelings. So I think I just want to touch on a few more things because so many people saw me years ago on her show LA Inc. This is not going to be a crazy video about any more drama. The drama is dead in my eyes, and what happened happened. So the only thing that's crazy is that literally every tattoo but one on my side for this video, she tattooed. So you're gonna hear a lot of history and a lot of cool stories. Now, I'm looking at this stack of books and I'm like, girl. So I'm gonna take you guys down memory lane really quickly. So in 2007 is when I got my first tattoo done by Kat. I emailed, and this is before she was really on TV, and I just saw her work online and I was like blown away at how realistic it looked. The portraits looked like stickers to me, and I was just like, so I emailed her assistant and I said, hey, I want some dead beauty queens on me. I'm very into psychology and all that realm, and if I wasn't being a makeup artist, I would be a psychologist, I think, which I still have time. I'm kind of young. But so I emailed her and I said, hey, I want all these dead beauty queens tattooed on me, and they wrote back like, oh my god, she would love to do that idea. So we met for the first time in 2007. I'm like, oh my god, that's 9.5 years ago we met, which is crazy. So Miss Kat Von D, she put out 3 New York Times best-selling books, which I happen to be in all 3 of them. So I found these in my storage, and I was like, oh my god, like these are such cool books. So this one came out a long time ago, and it showcases the beauty queen tattoos, and oh my god, look at young Jeffree, y'all. I'm dying. I'm looking in here and I'm like, oh my god, there's just so many memories. So the thing that kind of struck me and like hit a nerve was I opened this book, and I'm just gonna read it to you guys, no tea, no shade. It says, my dear, dear Jeffree, thanks for being a part of this dream for me. You added so much shiny, glittery life to not only this book, but my tattooing. So proud to call you a friend. It's so cool. And you know, it kind of stings looking back at, you know, this past summer, and there's so many good memories in this book, and I'm looking at all 3 of them, and listen, I am not an emotional bitch, but this one came out just a few years ago. It is called Go Big or Go Home, which was the last book that she put out. And I remember getting it from her and opening it up, and the first page, it kind of got me choked up. And it's like, it's wild how the past, you know, it's good to cherish memories and not just focus on the negative. But to my dearest J Star, thank you for always having my back. You and your timeless beauty inspire me every day. Kat, if you're watching this or if you ever watch this, just thank you for covering me in some of the most beautiful artwork that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I will always cherish these. So I think now it's time to dive in and talk about the meaning of all these tattoos, and I'm gonna show you guys some 4K close-ups. So if you have a 4K monitor or TV, then hi, you are viewing me in 4K for the first time ever, and I'm excited to bring some of those videos into my channel. So let's get started. I'm gonna go in order of when I got them. So the first standout piece that you can see is, of course, the 3 heads that decorate the middle of my chest. So from left to right is how I got them. I got Audrey Hepburn first. Now, if you are a fan of my makeup line, you know that I named one of my shades Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. It is such a classic, and I just think that Audrey Hepburn is just so timeless. She is so beautiful, and I have a lot of beauty queens, which is what I call them, beauty queens, decorating my body, and I felt like she was such a, stunning individual back then, and she was such a star. And her brows, though, look at those fucking brows. I just loved her makeup and her style, that classic white in the waterline and those lashes. I die for her, and I've just been such a fan of all of her movies, so I felt I had to have her on me. Now, the centerpiece of my entire body is Kurt Cobain, who, if you don't know who that is, I'm gonna slap you in your mouth, but he is the legendary singer of the band Nirvana, which, listen, the 90s, you guys. For those of you who were born after that, hi, I was there. And Kurt Cobain was such an amazing singer, songwriter, just human being. His philosophies and his views on life were just way ahead of its time, and his lyrics just really spoke to me. And I remember being so young and hearing their songs on the radio, and I was just like mesmerized by his voice and so captivated by it. I don't know, I think music is so cool because it can just take you back to a place or time, or even kind of help your body and brain articulate feelings and emotions, and Kurt Cobain definitely was that person for me. And this is crazy, but this summer on Warped Tour, I actually got to meet his daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, and it was unreal. I'm sure she hears this all the time, but when I was just talking to her, it was like she had the same eyes as him. It was like literally almost like looking at him, which was so ethereal, and it was unreal. I just felt like it was such a cool moment in time for me, and it was such a cool way to end my summer. I thought I would never meet her. I was so nervous. I'm like, oh my god, I have her father tattooed on me. Is that kind of weird? But I'm like, no, this is my homage to someone who I look up to and who inspired me as a kid. So I decorated the center of my body with him, and a lot of his songs, from the classic Rape Me, which was an anti-rape song to help girls and women across America, all the way to some underground demo songs. All those songs just kind of helped me even grow up a little bit as a person, and just help soothe my soul. So that tattoo definitely means a lot to me. Now on the right side next to Kurt and Audrey is Elvis motherfucking Presley, who is such an icon, and my mom was such a big fan of his music. So when I was a baby, she would play his records a lot, and I remember really feeling it, the groove. His voice was so sexy, and he's an icon. I mean, that's just the word. He is legendary, baby. And I'm just such a music lover. A lot of you know me for makeup, but when I was doing music, these people inspired me growing up, and Elvis was definitely a heavy hitter. He was so cool. I loved his hair, his style, and the fact that still, there's shows in Vegas about him. There's a million tourist attractions involving him, and he really is the definition of legendary. So I felt it was fitting to put him next to another music icon. Moving on to something a little more light, I got a double scooped ice cream on my neck. And I put the word delicious on top of it, which is funny because years later I then got a black Pomeranian and named him Delicious. So this is not my dog's name on my neck. Well, it is now, but that's not why I got it. So I am obsessed with sugar. It has been my addiction for a long time. I love sweets, candy, cookies, ice cream. I'm a dessert whore. I just love sweets. So I got this ice cream on me, and a really cool memory was when Kat was dating Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue, which, oh my god, it's a little surreal when you think about it. And I remember me and Kat were trying to place this on my body, and the word was below the ice cream. And for some reason, we both didn't like it. It didn't like fit on the way my neck was curving, and I was just kind of like, eh. And Nikki actually came up with the idea to flip it and put the word above it. And I thought it flowed really cool on my neck, so we went with it, and now it's one of my most favorite tattoos. This is my great grandma. Now, this was a portrait in the 1920s that she got taken, which is, it was in black and white. When she passed away while I was in high school, I was looking through all of her stuff and I found this picture, and it was stunning and it was so cool, and her little eyebrows and the makeup was just awesome. And I'm like, girl, that lipstick though, can I have that maroon shade? I loved it. So I kept it all this time, and years later I found it, and I'm gonna put her where I can look at her every day in the mirror quickly and just get a reminder, because she helped me grow up as a kid and helped my crazy alcoholic mother, and it just means something really special to me, and I love looking at it every day. All right, so after all of this was done, there was a lot of kind of like empty holes where full face portraits would not fit. So I took inspiration from, now Kat was so good at doing roses. I was like, oh my God, I want some of your white famous roses on me. And crazy enough, I have bumblebees tattooed on me. I have a love and hate relationship with bees. Now, my family, we're allergic to bees. Like, my mom had to have the EpiPen, the whole nine. So this is a funny story, I've never been stung by a bee. So I know a lot of you are like, well, how do you know? Well, I got tested for, allergies and all that shit, and I am definitely allergic to bees. So I've always had a fear of them, and when I see one coming, a bitch screams and runs in the house. So I wanted to embrace a few things that I was scared of. So I started with bees. Like, you know what? They're so pretty. I love the way honeycomb looks, whether it's a pattern on a jacket or even looking at honeycomb like when I'm watching, like TV and like those crazy nature shows. I just love how they look, and I love the queen bee mentality and the hive and the insert Beyonce joke here and everything about it. So we were thinking of, little things to place around me, and I picked honey and roses and bees, and you see the word honey is draped on me, and I just love the word honey. I thought it would flow really nicely with, we call it the filler in the tattoo world, to fill in all the gaps and just close it off, and I just thought it flowed really nicely. And I love lettering. I am a stickler for lettering, so it turned out perfect. I love the way it all fell together, and once it all healed and like became a unit, I was in love. Moving down my body, on my left side for the rib cage, I got the entire painting of the Mona Lisa, the famous painting that everyone knows about. Since I myself have no eyebrows, I always kind of felt a little bond with her. And there's also a lot of rumors that Leonardo da Vinci actually painted a man that looked like a woman, which who's ever gonna know the answers to that now? Who knows? But looking back on the history lessons, there was a lot of rumors that the painting did have brows, and then someone played a cruel joke, or even he did it himself, where he like used the stuff that removes paint, so like they wiped the eyebrows off later. Like, I don't know, there's so many like myths and crazy conspiracies and stories about Mona Lisa. It's always fascinated me, and who doesn't love seeing funny memes where the brows are drawn on? But besides that, I just think it is such a stunning, beautiful, dark, dramatic. I'm a Scorpio. I'm into that. We talked about bees, about having fear. Okay, that's great and all, but hi, sharks is probably one of my biggest fears ever. Just that feeling of being in the ocean and something being under you potentially is so frightening to me. Besides that fear of sharks, I've always loved the movie Jaws. Listen, one of the most iconic movie posters in the history of American culture, and it is just such a fucking cool movie. I've probably watched it about 50 times, and I felt like, listen, getting Jaws in the middle of my stomach, that is brutal, and I just went for it. I'm like, you know what? Go big or go home. Exactly. Let's roll. Let's do it. And it turned out fucking amazing, and I don't know, I love it. I'm obsessed. Traveling to the right side of my rib cage, I have a portrait of Patrick Bateman, who, if y'all don't know the movie American Psycho, after watching this video, please go watch it. And I'm gonna return some videotapes. It was like sexy, and then he kills a bunch of people, and it's just really psychologically dark and fucked up, and right up my alley. Now, In this video, this is the only tattoo that was not done by Kat. This was done by my friend Brian Gonzalez, who has a shop in Alhambra, California called Ink Slingers. Oh my god, listen. Ink Slingers is such a fucking dope tattoo shop. They've done a lot of my work, which you'll see, of course, in future videos. But portraits, though, and black and gray, they kill so hard. Like, I don't know. Like, when I saw the finished tattoo, I was like, oh my god, it was so cool. And I love that Brian implemented the red ink into the black and gray, because obviously black and gray is black and gray. And I was like, you know what, I'm over color, but you know, he's like, well, what if we add like red for the blood? And I was like, I don't know. And I was so glad that I trusted him because it looks killer. And I'm just so lucky to have even a few Brian pieces on me because they're unreal. Last but not least is Red Rum, which is right above my private area. Now, of course, you all know the shade Red Rum from my liquid lipstick line, but a lot of you don't know the inspiration from it, and I see a lot of younger people who haven't seen the movie The Shining be like, oh, like, where's that from, or what is that name? So, if you've never seen the movie The Shining, you guys got a lot of homework to do after this. There is a scene in the movie where Red Rum starts popping up in his son's head, and they write it on the wall with like red blood. And basically, if you look at the word backwards in the mirror, it says murder. So if you guys are like, oh, okay, girl, Red Rum means murder backwards. Now, y'all know Stephen King was one of my favorite authors. So of course, The Shining was a book. Of course, they made it into this crazy movie, which is very famous in the horror movie world. So I love it. And funny tidbit is that that tattoo was actually done before any of these. So I had the stomach done before all the faces. So yeah, bam. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this little story time moment. There will definitely be part 2, 3, and 4 coming up throughout the next coming months. So I'll just randomly throw them in after I'm, you know, done playing with makeup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think you guys got to know my body a little bit more. But I love talking to you guys. So if you guys like these type of videos, then let me know in the comments down below. And I know, let's just get this out of the way because everyone's gonna be asking me, what the hell's on your lips? This is a new metallic shade I created called Dreamhouse. You know I'm a pink whore. I know a lot of you are like, can you stop making pink lipsticks? I had to make another one, and I had to make it look foiled and gorgeous. So this will be out soon, and if you're watching this in the future, it's available right now. But besides that, thank you for going on this tattoo journey with me, my tattoo diaries, if you will, and I will see you guys on the next one. Mwah. Bye.